They say wine is sunlight held together by water, but the stories inside each bottle are even more magical. Winemaking started nearly 8,000 years ago, and the journey to your glass is packed with twists and surprises. We'll pour out 6 epic origin tales of some of the world's most famous wines, showing how history shaped what you taste today. First up, the accidental king of reds. Cabernet Sauvignon, often called the accidental aristocrat, wasn't planned. It owes its existence to a random natural crossing that happened in a vineyard in 17th century Bordeaux. For hundreds of years, nobody knew its true family tree. Then, in 1997, DNA testing at UC Davis finally revealed its surprising parents, Cabernet Franc and Sauvignon Blanc. This spontaneous mix gave us a grape with incredibly useful qualities, thick skins for deep color, robust tannins for structure, and classic flavors ranging from blackcurrant to cedar that age beautifully. Its resilience helped it spread quickly, becoming the star grape of Bordeaux and later, taking center stage in places like Napa Valley, famously winning the Judgment of Paris in 1976 and proving its world-class potential. Its natural preservation qualities mean the best bottles can truly last for decades. From the accidental king to a star named after a bird. Merlot, the blackbird's favorite. Its name comes from the French word for blackbird, supposedly because blackbirds love to eat the dark ripe berries when they change color. Merlot's home is deep in the clay-rich soils of Bordeaux's right bank, where it's the main grape in famous wines like those from Saint-Emilion and Pomerol. It's loved for its soft tannins and smooth approachable texture, often making it enjoyable to drink even when it's young. Like Cabernet Sauvignon, genetic research confirms Merlot is indeed the child of Cabernet Franc, helping explain some of their shared aromatic hints and structural connection. Merlot's versatility means it shines both when blended, adding softness to Cabernet, and as a single varietal, showing lush flavors of plum, cherry, and sometimes chocolate. Yet, for all its reliability, its closest relative is known for being a challenge. Pinot Noir earns its reputation as the heartbreak grape from winemakers because it's famously difficult to grow. Its thin skin makes it prone to diseases, and it's incredibly sensitive to climate variations. It demands precise conditions to truly thrive. But when it does flourish, particularly in its birthplace of Burgundy, France, it produces wines of unmatched elegance. They have a translucent ruby color and complex aromas of fresh red berries like raspberry and cherry, mixed with earthy notes of mushroom and forest floor. An interesting fact, DNA testing has shown that Pinot Noir, along with Pinot Gris, Pinot Blanc, and Pinot Meunier, are all genetically identical clones that mutated differently over time, showing just how much variation can come from one vine. Sometimes, success for a grape comes down to a winemaking choice. Chardonnay really is a shapeshifter in the wine world, and its style depends heavily on how the winemaker decides to handle it. Think about the difference between a crisp, mineral-driven wine from Chablis and a rich, buttery one from California or Burgundy. That transformation often comes down to two main choices: whether to put the wine through malolactic fermentation, which changes sharp malic acid into softer buttery lactic acid, and whether to age it in oak barrels, which add notes of vanilla, toast, and spice. Avoiding these methods keeps the wine lean with bright citrus and apple flavors. DNA confirms Chardonnay is a cross of Pinot Noir and Gouais Blanc. Its incredible adaptability to different climates and winemaking styles has made it the most planted premium white grape globally. While Chardonnay shifts, the next white grape is known for its bold green signature scent. Sauvignon Blanc lives up to its name, which translates roughly to wild vine, with its vibrant, unmistakable style. Originally from France's Loire Valley, this grape is famous for its intense acidity and aromatic punch, often described as grassy herbal like green bell pepper, or citrusy. These distinct green notes are largely due to compounds called pyrazines. The grape shows remarkable difference depending on where it's grown. In the cooler climate and chalky soils of Sancerre in the Loire, it's lean and mineral. Move to New Zealand's Marlborough region with its intense sunlight, and it bursts with tropical fruit alongside that signature herbaceousness. In Bordeaux, it's often blended with Semillon to create complex dry wines or sweet sauternes. Its popularity soared in the late 20th century, solidifying its place as a global white wine leader. Lastly, let's explore a wine whose defining feature started as a total problem. Champagne's iconic bubbles were originally a big headache for winemakers in its cool northern French region. In the cold winters, fermentation would stop, only to restart again in the spring when temperatures rose. This second fermentation trapped carbon dioxide inside the bottle, causing immense pressure and frequently leading to bottles bursting. For a long time, this natural effervescence was seen as a flaw. But over centuries, producers in the Champagne region learned to control this process, perfecting the method champenoise to intentionally create stable fine bubbles. Key developments included strengthening glass bottles and techniques like riddling, refined by people like Madame Clicquot in the early 19th century, to remove yeast sediment gracefully. So, the defining characteristic of this celebratory wine was born from turning a persistent problem into a masterful technique. Each of these 6 famous wines holds a remarkable story. Cabernet Sauvignon was an accident. Merlot is named after blackbirds. Pinot Noir is a delicate, complex clone. Chardonnay shapeshifts based on winemaking. Sauvignon Blanc has a wild grassy zing. And Champagne's bubbles started as a disaster in the cellar. These aren't just drinks. They're time machines in a bottle. Sip consciously, and hit subscribe for more stories from the grapevine.